Hey everybody, Bam Collectibles here, back for another statue unboxing review for you. I love me some dynamic and epic statues, but nothing means more to me than a statue that allows you to revisit a pivotal point in the show that's full of emotion. Today's statue will capture just that, as it was the first time
Hinata expressed her love for Naruto. It was a moment full of great joy because we'd waited all series to find out how she felt about him. But it was also a moment of great pain because she did wind up sacrificing herself out of her love for him.
Very well said. I would have butchered talking about Hinata's love for Naruto, but without delay, let's jump on in
and take a look at these gorgeous statues.
私はナルト君が大好きだから。
Here we can see Hinata's box art with an awesome picture of her in a battle stance and a beautiful purple theme.
Pain's box is nothing special, with a black and white picture as well as an inverted picture on the other side. The studio, Model Palace, is by no means some newer studio. They really know what they're doing when it comes to packaging their statues. All of the somewhat fragile parts on the statues, like Hinata's hair, Naruto's hands, Pain's hand, anything that could potentially break during shipping, is kind of hovering in the package. It has its own space where it just sits there so that nothing at all could bump it and cause breaking. On the bottom of Pain's base, we see a giant Model Palace logo, his name, and then also kind of the series number for this statue in the Model Palace line. One thing about this statue that I wish was different is the rock color. Later on, we will see closer Hinata's base. The rocks on there would be what I would expect and want, while these are kind of a dark gray tone. These little holes right here will be later used to install floating rocks. Here are the rocks that I mentioned. They're all casted with a clear rod inside of them so that when they are kind of suspending and floating, they're unnoticeable how they're doing that. I think having these rocks were a fantastic touch to the statue. My only thing again is I wish they would have included more so that they kind of went higher than just the front part of the base. Despite there only being 3, I do love how they look on the base. This is not my first Pain statue. I will say it's really difficult to see kind of this head sculpt compared to Surge Studios' head sculpt. If you haven't seen that video, I'll go ahead and link it here so you can check it out. He has that steel rod in his foot, which will help him to attach to the base nice and secure. The skin tone on him as well does seem a little off. It's kind of a orangey, a darker look than I'd imagined because the body of Yahiko was somewhat pale. The sculpting of the cloak and the overall pose of Pain do make this exactly what I would want for a statue to go side by side. Thankfully, these seams on the arms where it connected to the body of Pain are not that noticeable from far away because all the cloak is black. His assembly is pretty simple, so we'll go ahead and slide him over now and take a look at Hinata. She comes with a thick cardboard background printout of the scene from when all this goes down. I haven't personally decided if I want to use this with my display, but it's amazing that they include these for people who would like to have kind of a diorama scene built up with her. The corners of it do bend, so you can have kind of a U shape when it's all set up.
The base has some soft felt on the bottom with some foam pad feet. The nameplate has her name Hyuga Hinata and some fancy style writing. The bottom rocky base is really cool because it captured that moment when Hinata came leaping to help Naruto and palm strike the ground, leaving the damage you see here. The cavity you see up top is where Hinata will connect to the base via a steel rod. She came with 2 different styles of hands that you can swap out, the first being regular hands with her in a battle stance position. Both have magnets on the end so they can safely attach to Hinata. Her other set of hands feature the moment she whipped out the gentle step twin lion fists against Pain. Casted in transparent blue-colored resin, they are perfectly sculpted and look as fierce as you imagine they would. For an overview of the body, we're going to attach the regular arms. Getting a close-up, Model Palace did an excellent job at capturing both how beautiful and fierce she looked in this moment. The paintwork is so clean and detailed. There's almost a dirty look to her clothes, as this scene was full of dust. The sculpting of the hair is gorgeous and dynamic looking, with how it's flowing all around. On the top of her head, you can see a light purple ring. This is supposed to represent how the light reflects off of her clean and straight hair. If you recall, they animate Rock Lee's hair with that same lighting effect. Here we will go ahead and attach the twin lion fists.
With this statue, it came with 2 different versions, the regular and the exclusive version. The exclusive is the one we'll be seeing here, which comes with a sculpted version of Naruto laying on the ground, pinned down by Pain's rods. The bottom of him is very flat so that he can lay across the rock sculpt without scraping anything. My goodness, it is incredible how they sculpted his face here. He's got that look in his eye like, man, you touch my girl and I swear I will turn into Ninetales himself and smack you around. Jokes aside, this has to be one of my favorite details of the whole statue. It's crazy to see all the different parts in which Pain pinned him down by. His hands together, his shoulders, his waist, the back of his legs. Included with the statue is some rods that you can stick into Naruto. And what's awesome is these aren't made of plastic or resin. These are actually made of steel. These things look so crazy when inserted inside the Naruto body. Seeing the rods actually inserted into those pain points is so insane looking. I will mention that she does come with a coin of authenticity. Unfortunately, the Pain I got secondhand, and the person that sold it to me has no idea where the coin for him went. Really cool silhouette, and this is coming in at number 159 out of 280 made. An acrylic stand was also included, so you can nicely display it next to the statue. For some size comparison, I wanted to bring in my statue of L7 Sage Naruto. Model Palace's statues are usually around the 1/7 scale, while L7's was a 1/8 scale, so it does make sense that this is a little bit smaller compared to those. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this statue unboxing and review. Be sure to stick around to the end to catch some bloopers. And if you enjoy this sort of content and haven't taken the time to subscribe to the channel, I encourage you to do so. And as always, Do what you love and love what you do. Bam out. Just that, as it was the first time.
Hinata
I need you to be quicker about that. Today's statue. Sorry.
ultimately wound up sacrificing.
Yep. It's really good. No.